Before chemistry had a name, it was practiced in Kemet. What we now call chemistry was once alchemy, the sacred science of transformation. The Kemens understood that life was more than survival. They knew there was something deeper moving through existence, a process unfolding within the human being itself. What you're about to hear are the 7 stages of the alchemical process of self-refinement. This knowledge was never meant to create gold. It was meant to reveal consciousness, transformation, and truth. Before we begin, understand this. This is not a metaphor. This is not philosophy. This is a process that happens inside every human being, whether they are aware of it or not. The ancients did not study alchemy to escape life. They studied it to understand it. What you're about to hear is not something to memorize. It's something to recognize. And if any part of this feels uncomfortable, confusing, or familiar, that's not a problem. That's the work. The science. Calcination is the process of heating a substance at high temperature to remove water, organic material, or volatile components. Internal you. Something happens in your life that starts this process. Someone dies. You lose a relationship. You lose your job. What you once held as belief, as truth, as fact, changes or is questioned. Signs that you are in this stage include mood and energy changes, feeling overwhelmed, and fear. You may feel unstable, uncertain about life, and inconsistent in decision-making, even around things that once felt simple. This process is brutally honest. It is not gentle. It is not subtle. You can ignore the stage, and that is easy to do, but it will return, louder and louder, until you can no longer ignore it. What is being exposed in the fire is your false idea of self, your illusion of control, and your limiting beliefs. The best way through this process is simple. Be aware of your thoughts and emotions. Just be aware. This will not be an easy process, but once you start to see the cracks, you begin to understand why it is necessary and why it is liberating. The science. Dissolution is the process of dissolving solids into a liquid, allowing substances to separate and recombine at a molecular level. Internal you. Your old routines, old beliefs, and old self-definitions begin to lose their grip. Your routines no longer give you a sense of control. Your beliefs no longer answer the questions that need answers. Your self-definitions no longer appear true. This is the breaking down of who you think you are so you can begin to see who you really are. You stop pretending. You start to surrender. Allow this moment to soften your beliefs. Soften the ego's idea of self. Just be aware. No judgment. This is dissolution. Thoughts and ego defenses soften. Certainty melts. Emotions once held back rise to the surface. There is a strange relief in not having to hold it all together. A feeling of being washed clean, even if it's uncomfortable. You may experience emotional release, crying, shaking, laughing unexpectedly. It's the moment when someone says, "I don't know who I am anymore." But maybe that's the point. Why this stage matters. Dissolution is the gateway. With it, you become more honest, more fluid, more receptive. You begin to sense your deeper self. It's the moment the soul says, "Let the waters take what no longer serves." The science. Separation is the process of filtering, distilling, or isolating components after dissolution. Internal you. You begin to see your authentic self. You recognize what is conditioning, what you were told was truth. For the first time, you are able to allow you to define you, not the outside world. Emotions arise, and now you can see them for what they are. Conditioning, denial of what you desire because beliefs taught you otherwise. Thoughts come, and you can now distinguish them as either you or conditioning. This is a process you must allow yourself to move through. These unconscious beliefs have been lived from for years. Journal. Take walks in nature. Be with yourself, by yourself. Watch as this unfolds. Take care of the you inside you. This is me, and this is conditioning. The science. Conjunction is the recombination of purified elements into a new compound. Internal you. Now that you know what is true within you, you can merge that truth with your real desires. This is the moment where intuition and logic stop fighting and begin working together. It's when you hear truths like, "This job is draining my soul. This relationship doesn't honor me. You're meant for something deeper." This is the first time the inner masculine and inner feminine, the conscious and the unconscious, the heart and the mind move as one. What once appeared opposite now works together, effortlessly, naturally. Sun and moon, summer and winter, day and night. You begin to see that you are part of everything. This is why the alchemical process unfolds whether you resist it or not. If intuition, what you deeply desire, is not allowed to work with the logic of life, tension is created. The war is on. This is where shadow work belongs in conjunction. Shadow work here is not about fixing yourself. It is about allowing. You let the parts of you that were denied, often unconsciously, through conditioning and inherited beliefs, rise to the surface. You see them. You stop rejecting them. You allow yourself to be fully seen as you are. The shadow is no longer fought. It is acknowledged and integrated. When this happens, you feel it. A decision that feels emotionally right and mentally sound. Relief, because the inner war stops. A growing trust in yourself. A quiet click inside. A clarity that was not possible before. This is the beginning of embodying mind. Truth, balance, harmony, and alignment made real within you. The science. Fermentation introduces decay that creates new life. Bacteria or yeast break down matter to release energy. Internal you. Fermentation is the decay of an old identity, old beliefs, coping mechanisms, habits, desires, and former motivators. What once defined you begins to break down. This is where new life rises from the inner compost. This is the stage of putrefaction. The dark night, the emptiness, the space where nothing seems to be happening, yet everything is changing beneath the surface. For a time, there is silence, stillness, a sense of being undone. And then one day, unexpectedly, something shifts. It might be small, a sudden idea, a moment of clarity, a renewed sense of purpose, a creep, even a spark. You begin to have thoughts like, I could start over. I could build something new. I'm not done. This doesn't feel forced. It doesn't come from willpower. It feels like something moving through you, not being pushed by you. These are signs of the new you emerging. The inner masculine and inner feminine, the conscious and the unconscious, beginning to work together again. You feel it as a sense of possibility, a new idea that actually feels good, a creative impulse that wasn't there before, a feeling of being breathed into, renewal after stagnation, a subtle joy returning, a quiet shift from I'm lost to I'm becoming. The science. Distillation is the repeated evaporation and condensation of a substance to increase purity. Each cycle removes what does not belong. Internal you. Distillation is mental and spiritual refinement. It is the purification of clarity itself. Subtle ego residue dissolves. Deeply embedded conditioned beliefs are revealed and released. This is the repeated boiling off of anything no longer aligned with your higher self. You will be challenged. Old conditioning, beliefs, and habits do not disappear quietly. They test you through life. An old friend guilt trips you. A family member pushes boundaries. A situation mirrors old patterns. Each time, you return to the inside. Refine it. Strengthen it. Embody it. You learn the difference between what is true and what is familiar. This is true. This is old. Distillation asks for discernment, not reaction. Questions guide you. Is this boundary coming from fear or truth? Is this choice my new self or my old wounds? What part of me is reacting instead of responding? Clarity sharpens. You know what is you and what is conditioning. You stay centered longer. Your new self feels stable, consistent, reliable. There is less emotional reactivity. This is where your sovereign self stops being a moment and becomes a state of being. Truth is no longer something you touch occasionally. It is something you live from. The science. Coagulation is the formation of a stable solid from purified elements. Internal you. This is the emergence of the real you, the self beneath conditioning, fear, performance, and survival patterns. Your inner work solidifies. You feel unmistakably authentic. There is no artificial identity left, no mask, no second guessing. You are present, grounded, whole, because nothing inside you is in conflict anymore. You stop oscillating between identities. You stop negotiating your worth. You stop abandoning yourself to fit old roles. This is the moment the inner gold becomes solid. The alchemical process does not end, but there is a moment when it stabilizes, when you are no longer searching for yourself, when truth stops being an experience and becomes your ground. This is not perfection. This is not enlightenment. This is alignment. You don't become something new. You stop abandoning what was always there. And when the inner gold coagulates, life no longer feels like resistance. It feels like recognition.